Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is Sunday, August 25th, 2013, the day before my nephew starts back at school. That said, other big news, if you can tell right behind Chaos, we just unboxed new Super Luigi U for the Wii U in celebration of the Year of Luigi. Pretty stoked about that one. That said, we picked that up at GameStop for $29.99. While there, we checked out, my nephew got, who was it? Shiny who?
Dialga.
My nephew got Shiny Dialga. They've got that promo going on.
Unfortunately, however, it was on Pokemon White, where I have not completed all the gym battles, and it was a level 100 Dialga, as high as you can go. But I had only won. I had won the Asperita City, the Verbank. I think I was on my fifth battle. So I had only won 4 gym battles, and I was receiving a level 100 Dialga, and you have to have all 8 gym badges to be certain that it will listen to every command you say.
Yeah, so we've got that going on, but if you didn't know, you can get in on the Shiny Dialga. They've got, I guess, 2 more coming up, I guess, kind of before the release of X and Y. That said, while in there,
Palkia and Giratina.
Yeah, like I said, my nephew's a Pokemon connoisseur. That said, while we were in there, and they actually had to go in the back to pick up new Super Luigi U for us, I was surprised. I knew Rumble U was coming out. I think it's going to fall on like a Thursday, isn't it, like the 29th when it comes out? Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's not a Sunday or a Tuesday.
Say 19th or 20th or something like that?
Now, anyway, it's like coming up this week sometime, and it's kind of like not a typical date. That said, if you purchase it at GameStop, I think you get the download code. Obviously, it's going to be a download game. There won't be a physical copy, but I think you can get the little figures. I think there's like Legendary as a Kirin, I think. Is that right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, long story short, while in there, they actually had the Rumble U figures. I did not think they would be out until the game came. I didn't know, it looked like a few people might have bought some. They rang up without any issue, so we went ahead and grabbed 2, even though we can't really do anything with them aside from look at them. That said, I thought it'd be pretty cool to kind of see what they look like. In Japan, where this has been out a while, apparently these are like in coin-operated machines. You just come up, and you put your money in, turn the dial, and the issue is, and I did not know this, I thought they would be like labeled and marked, kind of like Skylanders. You don't just be like, well, I hope I get Drobot, and then you're like, oh, it's Pop Fizz. You can see them. In these, it's like a blind buy. That said, there aren't very many of them, I don't think. More importantly, I don't think you have to have them to play the game. They're similar to Skylanders with the RFID.
Who wants to have 2 Magikarps? Because Magikarps can't do anything. Not that I'm positive they'll be in the game, because they can only splash and a couple of other weak attacks in the new generations, but who wants 2 Magikarps?
Yeah. So you could run into that again if you have a friend or someone you can trade with, maybe at school or through a social network, something like that. That'll come in handy. Again, the Skylanders, the RFID and the Portal of Power kind of introduced it to video games, made it big. You see kind of Infinity spinning that off. This is a similar concept, but it uses the Wii U's gamepad. It's got NFC near-field communication. So essentially, say one of these is Pikachu, you could come in, when we have Rumble U, you set it down. I think it's just near it. Not 100% sure, but somewhere near it or on it or scanning it, probably similar to the 3DS, etc. It'll actually bring it into the game, just pretty much like we see with the Skylanders. That said, these are priced. This is the kicker, especially with Infinity just coming out with the ridiculous prices. These were $3.99, which is awesome. And if you're a Pokemon person, you'll actually have a figure similar to the Skylanders that you can actually not only display, but then use in a game, which I think is pretty cool. Should go over pretty well, I think. That said, I went ahead, I picked one out, and then I told my nephew to reach in and grab one in the sack. They got mixed up, I don't know. I'm going to give him this one, because he's on this side of me. And I'll take this one. Before we open these, he's got something to say, but before that, I just kind of want to show it to you. It does look like a Pokeball. What we have, you've got the Pokemon Rumble U logo there. And again, there's kind of your main font. You've got contains one Pokemon Rumble U NFC figure. Pokemon Rumble U NFC figures vary by capsule. Again, that's the only real downside here. There's the Wii U logo, Pokemon Company choking hazard, the UPC barcode. Again, it would seem like these should be out until the game drops, but they registered just fine, so, you know. That said, it looks like all you have to do to open them, there's like that perforation there. You can probably just get your hand.
And then,
it's that easy to tear, so it's not a big deal.
I want you to leave a comment right now telling who you think is going to be in mine and one of Wisdom's Pokeballs. So you can say, in the Walkthrough King's Pokeball, there will be blah, 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 and in one of Wisdom's, there will be blah, blah, blah.
Again, I may do something similar to that with future pickups on this. I kind of regret not buying more of them. That said, go ahead, make your guesses. He's mandated in the car ride home. He had the idea to do this. Also, he said, you know, don't put who we got in the title. We're just going to go ahead and, you know, say, hey, we're unboxing Pokemon Rumble U figures. I know, you know, that way, if you're a huge Pikachu fan, and I've got Pikachu in my hand, that would work better. But, you know, we'll wing these two for now and run with that. So I'm going to go ahead. You want to do yours first or after me?
Probably yours first,
okay,
since you're going to have to unwrap mine.
Alright. All this is, if you can find the perforation, I think you can see it in the camera there. I thought it would be one of those pain in the butt things that you can never get off. That's all it is. I mean, and then the label just slips off.
And then, who's that Pokemon?
Yeah, just like the cartoon. You can kind of, I mean, the box lists all the characters. I mean, if you're really bored, or you know the people at GameStop, you could probably look through these slots and eventually figure it out. But this is all new to us. I've not seen these unboxed.
Who's that Pokemon? It's...
I just applied slight pressure there. It looks like the red inserts into the white. The white is kind of the flat part. You know, it'll sit like that a little better than on the red. This one's just more rounded.
It's someone.
Okay, this is just like the Japanese stuff I'd kind of imagined. That's kind of what the characters look like. I've seen some of the previews. Ooh, they are crafty, the Pokemon people. They've got it wrapped in a black bag, so no, you cannot tell what's in there. This is what you get. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. There's the Rumble U kind of artwork going on. Then we've got 5 of them showcased here. Bring your Pokemon
I'm going to see if I can guess just based on...
NFC figure into your Pokemon Rumble U game. Based on the toy Pokemon featured in Pokemon Rumble U, these new Wii U compatible figures interact with the Pokemon Rumble U video game using near-field communication technology for an exciting new game experience. Pokemon Rumble U NFC figures scanned into the game can become your most powerful allies. Unlike regular in-game toy Pokemon, players can use coins they receive during gameplay to power up Pokemon Rumble U NFC figures that have been scanned into the game. Players can even change moves or add a special trait to their Pokemon Rumble U NFC figure. Send in-game save data from your powered-up toy Pokemon back to the Pokemon Rumble U NFC figure. Scan the figure after gameplay to save your in-game data and take it with you wherever you go. Again, similar to what we have with Skylanders. Use your figure in any Pokemon Rumble U game. Just remember to save the game data again when you're done playing. This is the first time NFC technology is used in a Wii U game. That's a big deal. Basically what this means, if I have Pikachu here, I can play at my house on Rumble U, get him leveled up, then I can run down to my nephew's place, stick him on, scan him in, and I've got all my progress saved. If we do something epic over there, I can save the progress again. When I come home, I pick up, again, basically like what you see with Skylanders. Still have a little bit more to read here. How to scan your Pokemon Rumble U NFC figure in and out of the game. Each figure includes an NFC chip that interacts with the Wii U when you scan it on the Wii U gamepad's NFC touchpoint. Hold the figure over the NFC touchpoint as shown, and that Pokemon will appear in the game. This appears to be, okay, I can show you on my gamepad, it's kind of that rectangular area just below the D-pad. After you finish playing, hold the figure over the NFC touchpoint and save the in-game data back to the figure. Back here we've got the first Pokemon game for the Wii U. Pretty awesome, right? Mm-hmm. Pokemon Rumble U. Title, Pokemon Rumble U. Platform, Wii U. Available via eShop or via download code. That's what we'll pick up at GameStop. Genre, action. Number of players, 1 to 4. Defeat and befriend toy Pokemon and try to get all 649 on your side. Enjoy multiplayer battles with up to 3 other friends working together or competing to see who can defeat the most Pokemon. Pokemon Rumble U is easy to pick up and play. Check out all the available Pokemon Rumble U NFC figures. You want to read these off for them? Just go left to right, top to bottom.
Bulbasaur, Celebi, Croagunk, Darkrai, Deoxys normal form. Still don't know how that's pronounced. Eevee, Genesect, Jirachi, Litwick, Lucario, Mew, Mewtwo, Pikachu, Piplup, Shaman, Landform, Torchic, Victini, the victory Pokemon, and Zoroark.
Okay, if I had to pick one that I hope I got, it would be Lucario. Can't go wrong with Pikachu. Piplup looks pretty good. Also Zoroark and Victini. Which one strikes your eye?
I kind of would like Pikachu, Mewtwo, Lucario, Darkrai, Zoroark, any of those. But there was actually a hole in the packaging, and I actually got a sneak peek of who it was. And based on that, I already know who he's gonna get.
Oh, okay. This was one of the ones I mentioned. I just popped it out. And
I knew it was Piplup.
That's Piplup, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is what they look like. Pretty freaking detailed for $3.99. It's kind of got like the N64 polygon graphic look going on.
And then that thing it's standing on. Yeah,
that's going to be the NFC base, but pretty impressive. Just for reference, Pop Fizz kind of similar colors. This is a regular size Skylander, Pop Fizz RFID. Here's Piplup, obviously scaled down, maybe like a third of the size. And then to give you an idea, this is the NFC Pokemon base against the Skylanders RFID chip, so quite a bit smaller. That said, they will look pretty cool on your desk or shelf at home, work, at the cubicle, whatever you want to do. Before I'll bust my nephew's open and let him tear his open. On the Wii U gamepad, you probably always saw that little square right there, you know, with kind of like the little outline around his left side.
I always thought you might. I think when I first got it, I might have thought that might have been how you could turn it on.
Yeah, it looks like, I always thought it was like a touchpad, you know, type deal, but essentially that's actually our near-field communication scan point. Again, not only is this the first Pokemon game on the Wii U, this is the first Nintendo title.
Is it really the first Pokemon game on the Wii U?
Yeah, on the Wii U it is. And what I was saying past that, this is also the first Nintendo title to make use of NFC. Obviously, given the success of Skylanders, you've seen Infinity spin off of it. This is the type of thing they could potentially do. There's a lot basically a limitless potential here. But, I mean, say we played the game, and I wanted to save the data to my Piplup to head over to my nephew's house. I'd place him here, scan it, save it, pull him off, done. So this area here, that's basically your NFC point. Now, it's time to get to the good stuff. You know that I got Piplup here in this one, and I'm going to help my nephew here.
Go, whoever it is.
Yeah, he did a nice animation there. Again, you look for the perforation, which is right here on his, I think. Yeah, once you get that started, it tears real easy. A lot of times this stuff you can't like get off with a 7-nation army. That said, we won't read this to you. It should be the same deal. I'll go ahead and pop this open for you. I'll let you grab all that. There's the black mystery bag again. So they did their homework here. They didn't want people like peeking in. I guess in the U.S. they figured they'd be retail instead of little machines. Who do you think you got? Let's just play a game between ourselves.
Well, actually in that Pickle, they were a little more crafty and you can only see the base.
Yeah. Who do you think you got, though? Just make a guess.
Based on the feel of it, I'm kind of thinking I got Zorark.
Oh, no way. He probably knows better than me. It does kind of feel like there's little arms. I do have to say, just for the record, that blue guy, Croagunk, I think he looks pretty cool too. Anyway, you need me to help you here? Okay, I'll try to tear it without seeing it. I want you to be the first one, okay? I think I got it started where you can get in there.
Oh! Legendary! It is Darkrai! Welcome, Tobias's first Pokemon.
Okay, so that's who he got, Darkrai.
Darkrai. It could like slaughter Piplup.
Yeah. And again, I could have grabbed this one that kind of got, shuffled around. But I did want to point out, I think I forgot on mine, you can actually see the Pokeball kind of engraved into the base there. But
I must have felt either those things or
I was feeling this and thought it was going to be Lucario. But this is Darkrai. He's a bit taller than Piplup. There they are side by side,
and
Darkrai
that's what would happen if Dawn challenged Tobias to a Pokemon battle. Go, Piplup! Go, Darkrai! Oh, Piplup's like... And keep in mind Darkrai can float, so that makes him even higher.
That said, Fright Rider's kind of similar color combinations there. It looks like it's about twice the height. Again, just for comparison's sake, Fright Rider's base is a little smaller than Pop Fizz's, but you get the idea. These are scaled down a considerable bit more. 33 to 50% the size Skylander. We can run with that. Probably be fairly accurate. That said, they do use the NFC. Big news.
And before someone says, oh, but it was 45, we have no idea what they did.
Yeah, I'm just guesstimating. But the big news here, these are available.
Guesstimating?
Pokemon Rumble U will launch this week. You can pick it up either via the eShop on the Wii U or with the download code at GameStop. I think if you pre-order it or pick it up ahead of time or maybe even buy it in store for a while, the employee wasn't 100% sure there. You actually will get a legendary, I believe. I think you only get one. I think it's black and white Kyurem. I don't know if you can pick or if it's like a blind draw type thing. That said, I'm sure if you bought two of them, you'd probably, they'd help you out more than likely. That said, may go back and do that before the game drops. This looks pretty freaking fun. And the good news is, again, you don't have to have these. They are a nice asset, and if you want to get them all, I mean, it's like $3.99 a piece, not too bad. And again, if you're into Pokemon, you probably have friends that are into Pokemon. So say we would have opened up 2 Piplups, there's probably somebody that got duplicates of some other character. Just trade with someone, save yourself the trouble. That said, if it's your favorite Pokemon character, run with that.
Or
but again,
you could just come in and say, hey, I get 2 of the same Pokemon.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then I can trick people by using the stronger Pokemon Like, you could teach them entirely different moves, and then when you were playing Wi-Fi, they would prepare for, let's say it was Genesect, they might be prepared for Bug Bite and use a fire Pokemon or whatever's strong against Bug Bite, but then you could hit him with like a Hyper Beam or something like that.
Yeah, and so basically, kind of like he was covering there, just have some fun with it. Pokemon Rumble U, I want to say it was $17.99. Don't hold me to that. Pretty reasonably priced. It looks like it could be, fun. We'll kind of probably pick it up and see what we think. But the figures themselves are not required. If you want them, though, only $3.99. Only drawback, they're a blind draw. Again, use your resources, social media, school, your friends, whatever. Make some trades, or simply stockpile them. Alright, we had to stop there, actually maxed out the SD card. But again, these are $3.99 at GameStop. I believe the game's going to drop for $17.99 on the 29th. All that could change. I'll update it in the blog if I'm wrong. But for more information, please do take the blog link. Anything that I've misspoken here should be accurate and correct in the blog. So please pay attention to that. That said, you can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+. Questions, comments, you can ask here. If I don't know, I will probably defer to my nephew, since he is the Pokemon expert. His channel is the Walkthrough King, and the blog, thewalkthroughking.blogspot.com. Be sure to subscribe to both of us. What would you say if maybe when this dropped, maybe we got together on the weekend, recorded some gameplay of it or something?
I would probably like to get a feel of it.
Yeah.
Because I actually have Rumble Blast. I don't have the original Pokemon Rumble, but on the 3DS I really did like it. But I don't have the one on the Wii U, so that might give me a little bit better of a feel of it, but whatever, it's still gonna be pretty awesome. I mean,
yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how it works, how the toys interact with the game, everything like that. If possible, if I get some time, I'll kind of try to record some stuff and then showcase how it, works with the NFC and everything. So this is brand new for Nintendo. First Pokemon title on the Wii U, first Nintendo title to use NFC. Hopefully that's a trend that continues. Like I said, you see with Skylanders the potential for things like that. Here would be a good size comparison. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. By the way, Chase McCain is hidden. Good luck finding him. My nephew and I tag team this spot.
Better this time.
Yeah, that last time I just set him up to kind of highlight that we had Pokemon Rumble U stuff. Here's iSmall.
Don't give it away.
Well, they'll have seen that video first. Maybe. If you didn't, you're missing out because the new Super Luigi U is pretty sweet. Anyway, here's iSmall with Darkrai. Kind of gives you a better size comparison there. Just shade smaller, I'd say.
Why don't you?
What are you trying to do?
What if we did a three-way comparison like that?
Okay, that's a bird's eye perspective for you, since he wants them all side by side.
Yeah, I want it to be fair. I don't want one to be a little lower than another one.
That kind of gives you a good idea about the best I can do. But again, these are... how do you evaluate these toys? Are you impressed with the detail, or you think they're pretty accurate representations of the characters?
Well, I was thinking maybe they could make it more smooth, like the Mario chess pieces, and how
yeah,
they
that
have
would be
such
pretty cool.
And
yeah, these are a little bit rough,
and
but
kind of
I
like
think,
him.
yeah, he's
right
talking
there.
entirely about the texture. The Mario chess pieces, of course, really, really nice replicas of the characters. These kind of have like a rough, coarse feel to them. But in terms of like, if I held this up and didn't tell you this was related to Pokemon, would you know that's Piplup?
Yes.
And you'd identify this as Darkrai?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd say they did their job. My nephew, again, walking Pokemon encyclopedia.
Now, for a Pokemon beginner who only had like the first generation of Pokemon. Wow, you have a like who is that? Is that like a
Club
secret Skylander? Is that a Disney Infinity? Oh, what is it?
Yeah, there's probably going to be some video where a guy gets one of these and it's like, oh, check out the new Skylander Frozen Pingu. And I mean, and then I'll get all these questions from people if that's legitimate or not. These are Pokemon Rumble U figures. Hopefully no one does that. Anyway, that's about it. Again, make sure to subscribe. I've kind of referenced everything already. Again, I don't know if these were supposed to be available yet, but they were, so we got them. Probably should have picked up some more.
Or they might be those Bay Warriors on the Shogun Steel one. And actually, we're planning to do something kind of like that in this combined,
yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'll leave that as a teaser. Again, we picked them up at GameStop, $3.99. Toys R Us didn't have anything out. If you do plan to pick it up, you can go through GameStop, actually land some pretty cool bonus items. But we'll leave it at that. WannaWeasem.com, thewalkthroughking.blogspot.com.
And whatever you do, don't say they're a Skylander or a Disney Infinity figure.
Big thanks to my nephew for helping out. Again, this looks like a pretty cool concept. They are affordable.
And again, I have always wondered if I made Pokemon Battle Skylanders, who would win in an all-out war? This will kind of compare it because you got the same technology.
Yeah.
You got
he is one, like, all the time when we battle Skylanders, he always kind of like, well, no, grass is strong against, whatever. And I'm like, well, he's a life element in Skylanders. And he's like, yeah, but...
he represents grass.
Yeah, so he's kind of, like I said, he's very Pokemon-minded. So that's kind of why I decided to have him help me out here.
And that's how I kind of decide who will win in a battle. I mean, aside from this one, I would think Chill would win if these two went head-to-head, but... I mean, even though it would be a fire type and an ice type, still I would appreciate Chill to win. But other than that, if it was Sunburn versus, let's say Stump Smash, and we actually don't have him at the moment, Sunburn would win because fire strong against ice, wildfire burn down tree.
Yeah, so I mean, for all the Pokemon fanatics, maybe you're not into the Skylanders or Disney Infinity or something. This kind of gives you a taste for it. If you enjoy the concept or your kids enjoy it, my advice, check out the Skylanders series. Real similar, share a lot of similarities with Pokemon, really. I think if any kid, maybe if they've just been obsessed with Pokemon and you're kind of trying to branch them out a little bit, Skylanders is a great next step. Unique characters, very kid-friendly, family fun. You'll have a blast with it. Again, it's very similar to Pokemon, but we're going to leave it at...
If they have, for some reason, not been introduced to Mario, that is definitely a way to go.
Yeah, just... Nintendo, Skylanders, Pokemon, that's what we officially recommend and endorse. So we're going to leave it at that. We thank you for watching. Again, hopefully, if you did pause the video like my nephew said, you got the guesses right. If you did, feel free to leave a comment, below that, hey, my guess was right. We won't really know if you're telling the truth or not, but we'll, I assume someone might possibly guess both.
If your channel, you could do a reply to your comment, say you guessed Piplup and Darkrai, then you could say in reply to J145, then you could click it and it would say, I guessed Piplup, and it would say, I think the Walkthrough King is going to get Darkrai and One of Wisdom is going to get Piplup. Just a wild guess, probably won't be right. Just wanted to have some fun.
Yeah, so we will leave it at that. Again, we thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Do plan to pick up some more of these. We'll go ahead and unbox those as well.
And if your channel is somehow named J145 and you would have said something different, sorry about that.
All right, so we'll leave it at that.
I just tried to pick a random name for
Yeah.
the channel.
I think we're good there, but we will leave it at that. We thank you for watching, and again, be sure to check out Pokemon Rumble U, and we will hopefully give you our impressions on it later this week.